Hi, my name is Alan Lord from Libertas Solutions. This screencast is to introduce a new module we have produced for the Vtiger CRM called GeoTools. It is based on an original project on the Vtiger Forge called Map, which we have taken and extended in true open source style, standing on the shoulders of others and all that. GeoTools introduces geolocation features to Vtiger in a standard VTlib module package. It adds the ability to perform distance-based searches on your data. GeoTools uses the Google Maps API to gather positional data, that's latitude and longitude coordinates, for the entity records that have been configured in the GeoTools settings area. Once we have acquired this positional data, we can then perform location-based calculations to display the results on an embedded Google map and as a list view of entity records. After installing GeoTools, it's just like any other VTlib compatible module. We need to first of all configure it. To do this, as admin, go to Settings, Module Manager, Custom Modules, and click the hammer next to the GeoTools module entry. You will see that the configuration area is now split into two sections. At the top, we have a series of fields that store the common and default settings specifically for the mapping system, such as the default search radius, map zoom, map center, and quantity of results to be displayed. Below this is where we configure the modules that we want to be able to perform location-based searches on. GeoTools supports the standard Vtiger entity modules like leads, contacts and organizations, which obviously have location data, addresses. But in addition, GeoTools can also be configured to support any other entity module, including custom modules made through VTlib or standard modules that perhaps you have added your own custom location fields to. So first, we need to choose a module that contains interesting location data. Let's add the Organizations module to the GeoTools settings. Once the module is added to the list, we must tell GeoTools the fields in the module that represent data corresponding to the street, city, state, postcode, and country values. We can also choose if we want to use one or two concatenated fields for a name value. And finally, we can select a different coloured map pin icon for this module. Now we save the configuration. We might want to add another module to our list. This time I will select a VTlib custom module we created for a customer in the recruitment business called Job Seekers. As you can see, we can select the appropriate fields and an icon in just the same way as we did for a standard Vtiger module. In a new GeoTools installation, once the modules are configured, we have to wait for the GeoTools module to start collecting the positional data from the Google Maps API. This is automatically configured as a cron job in the Vtiger scheduler. If your scheduler is not configured, you will not get any geolocation data. The Google Maps API is free to use up to certain limits. Currently, you are allowed to make 2,500 geocode requests per day. After that, Google's API will stop geocoding for approximately 24 hours. So if you have a lot of records in your system, it might take many days to complete the geocoding process. Google do offer an enterprise paid-for service that allows you to make up to 100,000 calls per day. But we have not tested this facility yet. It will be a good thing to support if someone wants to help us test and develop it. On a similar note, we have briefly discussed the possibility of abstracting the mapping API and offering the user a choice between Google and OpenStreetMap. Again, this is just an idea and not yet coded or specified. There may be terms of use issues with this one though. Anyway, let's assume that we are now a few days in and the system has been busily G-coding all your configured modules. Let's go and take a look at the GeoTools module from a user's perspective. GeoTools is under the Tools menu. When you open the view from here, you are presented with a map showing the default center location, the bright blue star, and no search results. If we enter a postcode in this box and click the GeoSearch button, the default parameters will be used and the map updated to show the location of the nearest X results within the default radius sorted by closest first. For this first search, we have searched just the Contacts module. But this is a multi-select box, so we can control-click to select, say, Contacts and Organisations, and then repeat the search. Here, we can alter the number of results we want to see. Or here, the radius of the search. If we click anywhere on a row in the list view, it will pop up an information marker on the map, or you can just click on the marker pin. The link in the name field on the marker will take you directly to the relevant entity record. We can also add Vtiger action links to appropriate modules. At this moment, this is not automatic, and you will need to enter the parameters yourself into the Vtiger links table in the database. This is something we would like to address fairly soon as a configuration feature. But anyway, if we go to another VTlib custom module we made for this recruitment company, this module is called Work Tasters, and look at a specific record, you see that we can click on this new radius search action link to perform the search automatically. If the source record has already been geocoded, we will use the positional data to perform the search around this central point. If it has not been geocoded, we will use the value of whatever is in the postcode field and get Google to return positional coordinates on the fly to center the map and perform the radius calculations. Finally, you may have noticed the small checkbox Reverse Search. This was really added as a helpful troubleshooting tool to help you check the quality of your data. If the address details in some of your records is not clear or accurate, then the geocoding process on Google sometimes gets the positional data wrong. Using this reverse search will show you the records that are furthest away from your location first. Here we can see we have results in South Africa, the USA and Australia. Now they may actually be correct, or they might not be, but at least you can find them and go and check the data. The scheduler function will, as well as looking for new records, also look for changes that have been made to records and attempt to re-geocode any that have been changed since the last time they were geocoded. This routine happens once every 24 hours. Okay, that's it for now. This is the first release of GeoTools, and we suggest you could consider it as a beta grade software for the time being. We would love to add some more features and improvements to the module, but only as and when time and money will allow it. The module will be available for download on the Vtiger Forge, hopefully very soon, along with the source code. We welcome contributions of code, feature suggestions, documentation, and of course, bug reports. Once again, my name is Alan Lord and our company is called Libertas Solutions. Thank you for watching.